What's up, Riot Miners? It's your boy Scripted Legend bringing you guys another YouTube video on your favorite mining company. If you're a new viewer, if you are a new investor who's not familiar with too much with Riot, don't worry, this is the video for you. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you know when I upload. As of recently, Bitcoin has hit $98,000 in value or value per token and are very close to $100,000, which is very crazy. I think if you knew about crypto like even 4 years ago, you would be like Bitcoin at 20. You would just be laughing, man. You would be like, wait, this token that's worth $13,000, you're telling me in 4 years it's going to be worth $98,000, close to 100,000? Yeah, right. Get out of here, so on and so forth. If you looked at this token back in 2016 and said this $600 token is going to be worth $100,000, you're you're not serious about that, right? And I kid you not, this is literally a clip or point from say 8 years ago. This is from October 7th of 2016, right before the year after Bitcoin halving. We saw it break its all-time high and soar past it at $16,000. Then it did so again in 2021. In that November time span, it hit a price point of $70,000 or $69,000. I can actually remember that number. And here we are now today at $100,000, and I still believe it's not done running. With that being stated, there's even more reason to get into or look into some of these mining platforms, these crypto Bitcoin mining platforms like Riot. Riot currently holds 10,500 Bitcoin before recording this video because now we actually received some new information. The information that we have now received came out on November 4th of 2024, illustrating that Bitcoin or Riot has mined in the month of September, 412 Bitcoin. In the month of October, they mined 505 Bitcoin, a 23% month-to-month increase, and the most Bitcoin, I believe, no, that is accurate, that they have mined in the last 20 in this year, in the last year of 2024, in a month span, which is massive. This is amazing and it's a huge milestone. 505 Bitcoin, and we're going to actually fact check me in a second. So if you guys, if there's one guy in particular who's also provided me with so much data in the recent days, if you guys want to fact check me, give me a second. I'll fact check myself in a second. But as of recently, too, in the Q3 report that we received from Riot, they reported that they had uh, average 12 Bitcoin mined a day. Well, with this, they averaged 16.8 Bitcoin mined per day, which is a crazy growth. It's also not just in the Bitcoin that they're now holding, which is now 10,928 Bitcoin, but also in the etches or the hash rate, because now we see in the deployed hash rate, it went from 28.2 to 29.4, a 5% increase. That 5% increase, do not sleep on it, led to what we have now, 505 Bitcoin. Also with that hash rate, we also have the average hash rate going up 16% because the average hash rate went from 19.5 to 22.2. Now, for those who are like, okay, this is cool, but I don't really get anything from this, the hash rate is how fast they're basically in a very like cut down version is how fast, how efficiently per se they're mining Bitcoin. And for those older investors and those who want to actually hear about the journey of Riot, last year Riot had a deployed hash rate of 11.7 hashes. So that is a 152% increase from last year to today. And as far as the average hash rate was concerned, it was 6.8 to now 22.5. Again, an over 152% and over 200% a whopping 234% for the last year to year metric, which is amazing stuff to see. And this came from Riot platforms themselves, and they talked about it a little bit on their Twitter as well, or X, highlighting the fact that it was a 23% increase in production from September, and it's a reflection of both the ongoing growth in our deployed hash rate and the efforts to improve our operational efficiency. During the month of October, our deployed hash rate increased to 29.4 hashes, driven by new deployments of latest generation MicroBT miners at the Coriscana facility. We are pleased with the positive operational momentum, underway and look forward to continuing this progress. Now, the Corsicana facility, what is he talking about there? This is just like hoopla hoopla. I'm just gonna let that fly by. Well, you shouldn't, because I actually have the metrics to talk about these things. The estimated hash rate growth is detailed here in this chart. Simple, easy for you guys to just view, especially going to their website. I do not want to provide a link to you guys because YouTube security issues are prevalent. But what I can provide you is the look at the chart. Sorry, I had a belch. But we look at Q3, right, of 2024. We had 28.2 eshes. Keep this in mind. Last year in 2023, we had 12.4. And in 2022, 9.7. In 2021, 3.1. And 2021, keep in mind, was when Bitcoin was running at its peak, or its last peak. And keep in mind too, Riot was running at a great peak as well. So to believe that they're not continuing growth is just not the truth. It's not a true statement and it's not something you want to catch your bag in. What is likely though is that they'll continue growing, because we see that in the next quarter, they project for the next quarter, or Q4 of 2024, will go from 2.8 or 2.28.2 to 35, and go from this number in Q4 of this year to 47 in Q4 of 2025. And then in 2026, we can see 65.7 eshes and 100 eshes. Now, this is assuming full build out of Corsicana and partial build out of Kentucky capacity, which as of right now, Corsicana has a great significant impact on what we are seeing, or what we're receiving in the eshes. As you see, we're literally still receiving like 12.4 hash rate from the Rockdale facility. Keep in mind, the Rockdale facility is one that has been with us clearly for some time. Let me speak on that so that you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. With the addition of the Corsicana phase, or the Corsicana facility, it increased it from that 12 eshes to now a 22 esh, combined with an expansion to the Rockdale as well. I think you guys see what I'm getting at. There has been further growth that we've seen from the Corsicana facility, and so much even more growth, because as we saw in the numbers as of recent, that lead them to give a projection of 35 eshes to end the quarter four, and the new creation of the Kentucky facility as well. I hope I'm not speaking too much over your guys' heads, but and I keep scrolling. But these metrics are actually amazing, and I want to just illustrate the growth that Riot has made and is making as Bitcoin is rising, and the price itself may not be rising. As the price of Riot, I mean. Now we get to some of the metrics that also show, hey, there's nothing to fear really with Riot. When you look at it compared to its competitors, and this is the wrong one, but I'll show it anyways. We can see, and I'm gonna try to zoom in for you guys. and it won't let me. That's tragic. Tragic. We see Riot has right here, look at follow my mouse if you can. Is currently losing to like companies like Mara, Hive, cores as far as Eshes are concerned per month. But isn't it interesting that as the year progressed, they became the biggest, having the best mining rate or Eshes. You see it here, 22.4, tied with Mara. The previous month in May, they were beating Mara and beating Cores and beating CleanSpark, the three other biggest Bitcoin miners in the world, and also Hut. They just demolished Hut the entire year. But going back, we get to August, and there's a starch difference in between them and Mara, who to me, Mara and Coors or Coors Scientific are their biggest players or their biggest competitors. You got them going. Core went from 17.1 in August to 16.9 in September, and then 17.8 in October. Mara went from 18.5 in August to 19.6 in September, back down to 18.0 in October. Riot, on the other hand, went from 21.5 to 21.1 to 20 back to 21.5, showing that they're also I can't even go into it too much because it's not even on this page. Understand basically from this and down here as well, Riot not only they hold the second most Bitcoin, but they're the most efficient when it comes to actual mining. They're the most efficient. This is the metric. This is the page I wanted you guys to see. Because now we actually see market cap compared to the hash rate. So it's more so how much do you actually utilize the market cap that you have or the assets that you have, the money that you have. You guys get what I'm saying. Mara currently holds almost 30,000 Bitcoin. Crazy. Riot currently holds almost 11,000 Bitcoin. Go a step further, the hash rate for Mara is 40 Eshes, and they're targeting 50. Riot's is 29.4, and they're currently targeting 56 Eshes. Take it a step further. When it comes to the market cap to hash rate ratio, you can see that Mara is 169 to 136 or 169 and trying to get to 136. Riot is at 140 and targeting 73. And with that hash rate in mind as well, or the EV in the hash rate in mind now, Riot is at 126 to Mars 180. Mars trying to target 144. Riot's trying to target 166. Okay, now that's a lot. And this page is kind of confusing. So, Scripted, explain to me in a little bit more detail what it is that I'm actually looking at, because I'm pretty confused. Let's go back to this document. And I lied. Let's go back to, we're going to look at this document. Argo has the lowest amount of Bitcoin mined, which is the smallest mining company out of a lot of them. Hence why I actually want to invest in them. I believe in Bitcoin mining companies and in Argo, but they're the lowest. They're the lowest of the low. Everybody's reporting they're reporting single digits month to month to month to month to month to month, and only one other person has like been reporting single digits, and it's like double, literally double what Argo reports month to month. Now, let's go back over. Argo and their ratio, or their market cap ratio, is actually they're like very close. Like their target and their current is extremely low. So that speaks to like their product matches their valuation. Riot having their product close to their evaluation and closer to it than Mara and core scientific is what's making me like a little jumpy and a little jittery. It's like they actually have the money and they also are using the money wisely and properly like expanding their company. They're actually learning and knowing using what they've learned being in the industry. And to top that off, it's the same thing when it comes to the hash rate. They have the best hash rate compared to the market cap out of everybody, out of the biggest players. Out of the biggest players. Remember Hut from earlier and how we saw like Hut had like a number or a hash rate that can compete with Riot at a certain point too, and they have a really close amount to the same of Riot, where they have 9,000 Bitcoin held, and Riot has 10,900. They are sitting at 422 as far as market cap to hash rate ratio. How are they going to get that to 98? I don't know, but that is the numbers. And their current EV to hash rate ratio is 458, and they're targeting 107. Riot is sitting at 126 and 140 and targeting 73 to 66, which would get them closer to that same like utilization of their market cap as a lower company like an Argo. Yeah. I think we get the picture, and this might take a couple watches and a couple like views to actually get the full understanding. And I also hope that I did a good job explaining it to you guys. If not, I know there's one person that's going to let me know that I did not, and that's I'm gonna find his note. I'm gonna find his thing. If you're still watching the video, definitely leave a like, definitely subscribe, and definitely turn on post notifications so you know what I upload, and also share this video because it seems like you enjoyed it. If you watched it all the way to this point, you probably enjoyed the video in some capacity. Longs and 8. I He probably has something else deeper to his name. I just don't get it. Or long sand state. I think long sensation, maybe that's what it's trying to stand for. But this guy has helped me out. He's been sending me some charts and helping me get some more knowledge because on the last video that I made, which was really just trying to get you guys to share that I am a Riot Platforms creator, he said that there was a lack of information to prove that I was a valuable Riot Platforms creator and knowledge sharer. So definitely wanted to make sure that I let all the new viewers and especially the old viewers get the best of both worlds. And y'all can give me the best of both worlds by sharing this video. Anyways, I'll see y'all at the next one. Stay safe. Scripted Legend signing out. Peace. Oh, wait a minute. So what does this mean for Riot? Okay. This is good. This is good. The market cap is currently sitting at a good point, and it's not affecting. It's obviously not affecting the production too much. Honestly, I feel like this is actually pushing the team to increase the production and the expansion in a way that's still smart and still intelligent. Because Riot has been here for a long time, and a lot of people want to look at the all-time chart for Riot. I think it's pretty unuseful to do so, but just to tickle your fancy, why don't we? Because now we actually have context of what improvements that Riot is making, and we see that okay, yeah, back in 2018 they had a price point of like $28, doggone it, and a price point of $71, doggone it. And Scripter, you just told me that their hash rate has like more than quadrupled since then, and we aren't even at the run yet. Like we're just on, like we're just hitting the corner. And this is what I'm comparing it to, guys. 2021, 3.1 Eshes. Now we're in 2024, 28.2 Eshes for the last quarter, and we're pretty much on track to hit a number of 34.5 or 34.9 hash rate. Scripted, how are we going to make some more money? How are we going to break that all-time high? Buddy, I just showed you. So $71 price point, not too bad. If you guys want to go for a price point above that, I think it's possible. Long sensation may not, but we'll only know by continuing to follow this token, which is why you should subscribe, turn on post notifications so you know when I upload, and like the video too so you get more creators who talk about Riot blockchain in your algo. See y'all at the next one.